You assured us that these policies were perfectly safe. See, Loudoun County, Virginia, a trans student was allowed into the women's bathroom where he assaulted a girl. They moved him to another school where he did it again. See, Irvine, California last month, where a trans student entered the women's locker room and flashed the girls there. When they confronted him, he mercilessly beat them. This happened again in Gwinnett County, Georgia. This happened again in Oklahoma City. This happened again in Ohio, where a trans man was allowed to use the locker room where he was arrested for flashing little girls. The judge dropped the charges after he ruled that this man was too fat for them to see anything. In this city, a man using they-them pronouns hunted down and killed a female jogger because he, quote, wanted to look just like her. You will no longer be able to look into the eyes of your constituents and honestly say that you are unaware of the assaults that inevitably take place when we declare to women, you have no right to privacy.
What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. So I am going to do a video in reference to the biological gay male who went inside a female locker room, and this black woman who was a member of Gold's Gym was kicked out. Her membership was terminated. And I'm going to give you my commentary on how women should handle this. But in reference to this in California, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You guys are voting for Gavin Newsom. He's not doing anything about it. Another thing, too, is that this does not happen everywhere. We don't have this problem in Georgia. And I want you to know about men like this. But this guy right here is just openly gay. He has a female first name, what is not legal. He just says it's Alexis or something like that, but that's not his legal name. These men are bullies. These men are predators. These men are the type of individuals who like to go after women to teach you a lesson, to show you that you're a quote unquote inferior. Now, women, for the most part, when it comes to men like this, he is biologically stronger than you. And this is the reason why women are stronger in packs. But when you are going to affluent areas, please be aware that you're going to be around a lot of cowards. You're not going to have a lot of women like this. So this woman is from New York. That's why when it first came out and went viral, people thought that this happened in New York. No, this is in a very posh area of Beverly Hills, California. I'm going to go through the entire scene. I'm going to even tell you that this guy has a criminal record. They found the internet does what the internet does best. Okay. They find the identity of this person and he is mentally unwell. But let's go ahead and get started. Outraged woman kicked out and has her Gold's Gym membership terminated after complaining about a biological man in the woman's locker room. So again, this man is gay and he has done this before, but this woman has not been in there. It's 2025. I'm surprised this is the first time she has ever been in a situation like this. But like I said, it's California. So y'all have to do something about that. So let me show you how it all got started. So this is her filming this person. So I'm not going to play it. I mean, I'll play it, but it doesn't have any sound to it. But she says, this is how it all got started. This person told me he was a man and demanded that I leave the woman's locker room. Okay. He said, quote, straight women like ding-a-ling, and they're probably looking at me more than you. So this man is calling a woman a man. And knows that she is a lesbian and says that, the straight women in that locker room prefer his dingling. Even though this guy is gay. This guy is gay. He is not into women. Hashtag Gold's Gym staff said their hands were tied by law. They couldn't make him leave. So let me go ahead and play the video. Like I said, it's the sound is turned off, so you don't even know what is being said. But like I said, this is in a very swanky area in Beverly Hills. And the fact that they're by themselves, ladies, let me tell you something. This is a golden opportunity to be a millionaire. Allow me to explain. Now, before I tell you the plan, I just want you to know that I'm not giving you this advice. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just saying if we were in a land of pretend. Now, if I'm in a land of pretend and I want to get paid for having a man inside of a woman's locker room and he and I are the only one there, let me tell you how I would do this. So first of all, it's just me and him. You cannot legally, I just want y'all to know, you cannot legally film inside a woman's locker room. Now, is that like that in all states? I don't know. I know that is the law in most states. And now I'm going to even go on a record and say the majority of states state that it is against the law to film, to record video inside the woman's locker room. You cannot do that. So you go in, and that's a very good thing to have on your side. So if I'm in the locker room and this person in the locker room, we're the only two people in the locker room, then all of a sudden, hypothetically, I'm going to run out crying and screaming, and I'm going to be grabbing my chest like, oh my God, he grabbed my breast. He tried to take off my top. He told me he was going to teach me a lesson. Call the police, call the police. There's no video footage, because again, you can't record inside these bathrooms. And he and I are the only one in there. So it's his word against mine. Okay. The gym is not going to do anything about it because, well, they're going to be like, it's your word against his. But still, you made this space unsafe for me. I was SA'd. I'm getting a lawyer. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. You gotta think you gotta think strategic, okay? You gotta think more strategic, ladies. Now, would I do something like that? Hell no, dude. I'm about them hands. I'm about them hands, okay? And this is the reason why these type of men go into affluent areas, predominantly white areas. They go into areas where the women are non-confrontational. So let's go ahead and finish watching this. But apparently she's saying something to him and he's out there walking and says something back to him. I don't know what's being said. Not that is she zooming in on the pot belly. Okay. And he's not even tall enough to be doing, like I said, girl, they know how to pick them. They know exactly where to go to pick the type of men. I mean, these type of men know where to go to pick the right women. Okay. To do this too. Okay. So that's happened. All right. So the next day, let's go to the next day. Because this happened on one particular day, and then the following day you can see he's in different clothes, and she says today he saw me walk into the woman's room, followed me in, and called me a female dog. I ran out into the locker room crying and screaming. This is why we can't be quiet, because people need to know what's happening. Thank you to the men who helped me today. So let's go ahead and play this particular video.
How are you?
Did you tell me or not that women like to see?
I'm asking you a question.
Exactly. Get out of the way now. No. Now he knows how to be a man, right? Now he knows how to be a man. Stay out of the women's locker room. We don't want it. He needs to have his gym membership revoked for that. And the woman told you. He assaulted me. The girl told already. We already filed reports. No.
That's fine. I want the video.
You can't get rid of me for this. I'm a woman and I have every right to not want a man in the restroom when I'm naked. There are girls naked in there. Look at them walking in there like it's okay. It's not okay. I understand. I'm not causing.
How are you?
Okay. So that's the thing. This is a very posh area. This is a predominantly white area. I guess he did not expect a black woman to be, and I'm just being honest. Okay. I rarely see anything like this. Rarely. This is the first time I have seen a black woman actually speak out against this because she was affected by it. But like I said, these type of men will go to a predominantly white college or a white school and join the swimming team, or they'll join the track team. They'll do it where they're not confrontational because they know that if you go into a hood, you notice this never happens in an inner city where it's predominantly blacks or predominantly Hispanics or Latinos. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen because these type of women will group up together and just gang up on this individual who has invaded their space. That's how it is. That's how it always be. These women know that they're no match to a grown man individually. So they get grouped together and they handle it. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying I don't have no problem with it. So that day, she gets her membership revoked. Oh, let me just go and read it, and then I'm gonna show you the video. So she says, #GhostGym terminated my membership after the man was escorted out by police, then had me escorted out by officers afterwards. It was embarrassing. I left, but not before making sure everyone knew that they were allowing men in the locker room. Okay, and this is her. This is her doing just that. So as you can see, she's the only black one there. This is a very nice area, and these are the libtards who are okay with it. So I always had a problem with feminists and a lot of these women who are called themselves femme, women who are proud misandrists. They absolutely despise men, so they want to make everything about a man's fault, including trans women who are invading women's spaces. But you know who I put the number one blame on? On women. There are so many women that are opening the doors to these type of men. There are so many women who are actually approving these type of men. Let's look at Maine. Who's the woman that's allowing men to compete in women's sports? A damn woman. We are the gatekeepers. When I say we, I'm talking about women. Women are the gatekeepers to women's spaces. So when men invade it, it is the woman's fault. And misandrists and feminists hate when I say that, but they can't prove me wrong. Because it's like, did they burst in here? I don't think so. So one of y'all had to basically let them in. And this is the thing. I even think there's somebody in here. This is a trans person. Oh yeah, here we go. Look, somebody named Sarah Bella. Okay. She's hotter than you. Calling that man she. This man don't even, by the way, the gay male don't even use she, her pronouns. So you see what I'm saying? This type of woman right here. This person right here is what I'm talking about. And did I see libertarian here? Oh my God, you got to give me a break. So yeah, you got these, right. Does this look like a her to you? This look like somebody who's trying to look like a woman. So you got women like that. This is a guy, by the way, who's okay with these things happening to women. And these are the women you have to go after. And when I see these heifers, I go after them with full force. Trust and believe. So anyway, she gets kicked out. She's getting escorted out, and her membership gets terminated, and she makes this video.
I just had the worst experience ever at the gym, at Gold's Gym. And I think this is probably happening at gyms across America. We're like, trans women are going into the women's locker room.
I'm going to have to correct her. Sorry, I have to correct her. This is not happening all over America. This is happening I'm going to say it. This is only happening in blue cities. I live in a red county. honey, do you understand how I've been salivating to go into the bathroom and find a man like that in there? All right. So no, it doesn't happen where we are. It only happens in blue cities, but not all blue cities. It's not happening in blue cities like in Miami or in Jacksonville, Florida, because you have these places in Florida that just don't tolerate that, and it's against the law. Thanks to DeSantis making it against the law for a biological man, to be in the female's locker room. So you're just projecting. You're in California, and you know you're in California. I don't understand how this is a surprise to you. As a matter of fact, I think the biggest outrage in reference to men going into female places has been out of California. I think the last time you guys had something, some man was going into a bathhouse. No, it was either a bathhouse or it was some kind of swimming area, and that he went into the women's side. And it's a lot of stuff about deranged predatory men that are they're taking advantage of the law that's in California, that are going into female spaces to take advantage of women. But no, it's not happening everywhere.
And not really caring about how women feel about it. And it's really hurtful, yo. Like, how you gonna say you want to be a woman or that you are a woman, but you don't give a how women feel? Today I was naked in the locker room. I turned around and there's a man there in boy clothes, lip gloss, standing there looking at me. I'm butt naked. So the first thing I think is maybe there's a worker in here. Maybe I missed a sign. I say the word sir to say, sir, what are you doing in here? He goes, don't talk to me. I'm a woman. I have a right to be in here. Immediately, I'm pissed because I'm butt naked. I feel violated. I feel like weird. Like, I don't want to deal with this, right? So the girls are walking in and they're seeing the commotion, and they actually chime in and say, yo, I don't know why he's in here. He's not supposed to be in here. And then I talk to the people that work at Gold's Gym, and they don't really have anything to do. They just like, oh, we can file a report about it, incident report. What the is going on? Like, listen, how can you say you're a woman or you want to be a woman and you don't care how women feel? That's nothing more manly than not giving a about how women feel, I'd like to think.
Well, see, that's what you don't understand. That I don't know if you don't understand that, or you maybe understanding is, but it's this is the thing that predators do. It's like flashers. Men like to flash women to terrorize them, to shock them, to make them feel uncomfortable, to scare them. It is just a place to just come and dominate the space. It is the way to intimidate you, to bully women. And it works, but it doesn't work on all women. So that's the purpose. What you're saying makes sense, but in a way it makes sense to a man that care about women. These men don't like women.
And I get it. Like, everybody has their own things, and I don't want to say that I know everything about gay rights or trans rights. I'm a lesbian. I've been a lesbian my whole life. I treat people how I want to be treated regardless of whatever their sexual orientation is or whatever they decide. So I'm not transphobic, and I'm not homophobic. I'm not straightphobic. I'm not racist. None of these things. I just believe in treating people how I want to be treated. Why do you guys think it's okay for men to be in the women's restroom? And like, when is the cutoff point? Is it like, oh, you cut off your penis, you can come in here? Why aren't women making the laws? And if you really want to be safe and feel good, why don't we just make trans restrooms? Because it ain't right. The way I feel right now. And don't come into my comments about he gay, he ain't looking at you. I don't give a bro. It's about a feeling, yo. Like, if you never been a little girl who been touched or been through some shit, you won't understand that feeling. And you've never been a little girl.
It's true. They haven't been a little girl, but you're basically thinking that these men care. They don't. They don't. And I'm telling you all, you have to fight the women that are saying, no, trans women are women. Anyway, so the internet does what it do, and they found this person's identity, and he is definitely a gay male. He has been incarcerated for drug trafficking. Oh, I thought it was taking drugs, but looks like he's a drug person who's taking drugs, or maybe just trafficking drugs and taking them too. I don't know, but he has been trafficking drugs, and they found his Instagram right here. So this is where it says Alexis Black. That's not his real name, okay? Grant Kyle Freeman. Okay, this is public information because of his arrest record. Let me go back to the arrest record right here. Okay, Grant Freeman, but it's Kyle Freeman, Grant Kyle Freeman right there. And here you have this information here. And yeah, this is done by Andy No. Andy says, I have identified a trans person that Tish Hyman confronted for using the woman's locker room at, I thought it was, no, it wasn't. I thought it was at Gold's Gym. Okay, wait. So were we given the wrong information? It's not at Gold's Gym. It's at EOS Fitness. Tag us for a chance to be featured. Hold on. I'm so sorry, guys. I am just getting some new information as I'm recording this. So hold on. Let me just read this and we'll go and check. So there's a women's locker room at Go EOS Fitness Gym at the Beverly Center in Los Angeles. Very, very schwanky. The man's name is Grant Kyle Freeman. February 1993, he uses the trans name Alexis. Ms. Hyman was banned from the gym for not tolerating the man in the woman's changing room. So let's see here. Everybody was saying Gold's Gym, but it looks like it wasn't Gold's Gym. Okay, so this is November. They don't really post that much, but we're about to find out with the replies if this is the actual place. Who thinks you're an evil scum? Well, we have found it, didn't we? All right, so it wasn't Gold's Gym. It wasn't Gold's Gym after all. Okay, wow. Who in the world put out that fake info in reference to Gold's Gym and come to find out that wasn't even in the gym? I kind of figured like Gold's Gym is doing that, and Gold's Gym is maybe not. Maybe I don't know. Gold's Gym could probably be different in California than anything else. So we have his. Look at this. That's a man. That's a man, baby. Ew. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. And ladies, let me tell you something. Our strength is in numbers. Okay. Unless you are child, please give me a break. Dude, I'm so glad I'm looking at this on an empty stomach. Unless you are a black belt or any kind of, I guess you could say Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, karate, whatever, I suggest y'all do strength in numbers. But anyway, finally, here, this is her last tweet. This is her Twitter account, and she says, I had to talk about this, all right? Girl, you have lost your mind if you think black people gonna get in this fight. Let me explain. This is why I am proud about not being part of the black community, okay? Because this happened in a white area, a white gym. This happened in the whitest of the white area of Beverly Hills. Black people are not going to take up your fight. So she's a liberal. She's a Democrat. And the first thing she wants to do is go on the Breakfast Club. and let me tell you something, right? She wants to go on the Black Breakfast Club because we, and when I say we, the Republicans, the conservatives, the MAGAs, are supporting her. We are on her side, and you know how tribal these people are. She doesn't want people to think that she is, a Trump supporter or a Republican or a conservative. So she wants to basically keep that tribalism going by saying, I want Charlemagne to God. Charlemagne the God ain't gonna do nothing. I don't even know why you tagging them. So she tags Charlemagne the God, okay, this PDF file, and the daggone ghetto area known as the ghetto radio station known as the Breakfast Club. I want to go there. By the way, they're in New York. She is in California. All right. She wants her 15 minutes of fame. I want to go there and talk about this. It's time to take this nationwide. And seriously, if you want to take it nationwide, you better stay off the black radio stations. They ain't going to do nothing for you. They're going to sit up here and say, well, what you doing over there in the white folks area any damn way? You done brought this on yourself. That was a white man that done approached you. That ain't our problem. That ain't our fight. And if you look at the comments, girl, I don't see any black person with your back. I just see a whole bunch of white people backing you up. Okay, I see a whole bunch. So now she wants to take this and make the black community. Girl, the black community is not even giving you a second thought. So she says, I want to take this nationwide and seriously. I've been to the show in the past. You been to the show in the past, but were you on the show? I've been to the show in the past. I think he will remember me. Need to get his attention. Girl, this is where I sign out, chat. This is when I'm like, okay, I'm out, girl. You got your own thing going on. You out there. And I want to say this for those who are like, Tree Dag, it just takes her just tagging Charlemagne the God. You're out there in Beverly Hills, baby. You out there to get famous. You are out there to basically get somebody to discover you. And she is, because let me show you something. She is looking for, I'm not saying, okay, hold on. I know this sounds bad. I'm not saying she's looking for fame. I am saying, well, yes, she is looking for fame. But what I'm saying is that she's not fighting for the reason we're fighting. So this right here, my music video for Maybelline is out now on YouTube. Click the link, 2022. So she's an artist. She's a recording artist. That's the reason why she out there in California. She want to get discovered. She want a record deal. That's the reason why she probably was familiar with the Breakfast Club. She really wants to, get her spotlight out there. I don't trust these type of people who are in New York, who are in California or California, who basically want to get discovered and achieve in stardom. You can't be trusted, and I don't care about your fight no more because you're just a bad actor. But anyway, like I said, ladies, if you want to handle that and get some money, that's the way to handle it. But I could be too harsh on her. I don't care. I said what I said. I support her fight, but I'm not gonna back it up. After I make this video, I'm on to something else. Because I'm like, this girl, it's 2025 and you just now doing something like this. Like, yeah, okay. Anyway, let me know what you think by leaving a comment below this video. Don't forget to give me a like. And if you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, taters.